Dooby-dooby-dooba, Laney! Mysteries of Life with Laney!
Good morning and welcome to the season premiere of Mysteries of Life with Laney. I'm your host, Laney Cline, a 5th grader here at Hasty Elementary Fine Arts Academy. On Mysteries of Life with Laney, I interview teachers, staff, and others in our community to get answers to questions that students may have about how things work at our school and in our world. Today we begin the 3rd and final season of Mysteries of Life with Laney with a subject that is near and dear to the hearts and stomachs of many of us here at Hasty, chicken nuggets. The story behind today's episode starts in 1946 when a man named Truett Cathy opened a small restaurant just south of Atlanta called Dwarf Grill. Customers of the Dwarf Grill quickly grew to love the boneless chicken sandwiches that Mr. Cathy served. Mr. Cathy's Dwarf Grill was so popular throughout the 1950s that in the early 1960s, Mr. Cathy decided to open more restaurants so that more people could enjoy his delicious chicken sandwiches. But Mr. Cathy thought that these new restaurants would need a brand new name. In 1967, Mr. Cathy's first new restaurant opened at a mall just outside Atlanta. The new restaurant was called Chick-Fil-A. The rest, as they say, is history. Since 1967, Chick-Fil-A has grown to include almost 2,000 locations in 42 different states. And in 2014, sales at Chick-Fil-A restaurants totaled almost $6 billion. On today's edition of Mysteries of Life with Laney, we are going to discover what life is like behind the counter at Chick-Fil-A. My guest today knows all about those famous chicken sandwiches, the delicious chicken nuggets, and the yummy waffle fries, as he's the owner of both Canton locations of my all-time favorite restaurant, Chick-Fil-A. He is also a generous supporter of Hasty Elementary and of many other good causes in our community. Please welcome Kevin Williams.
Thank you so much, Laney.
Mr. Williams, welcome to Mysteries of Life with Laney, and thank you for being here.
Well, it's an honor to be here, that's for sure.
How did you get your start in the restaurant business and with Chick-Fil-A?
Well, I used to cut grass. I always wanted to own my own restaurant. Own my own business, really, is how I started out. And then when I was 13, Mr. Cathy came and spoke to my church, and I heard his story, and I just got inspired and always just fell in love with Chick-fil-A.
What would you say are the most important skills or lessons that you learned as a child in elementary school that have helped you in your career with Chick-fil-A?
I would say not being afraid to try things. I liked trying different sports, different clubs, different activities. I wasn't always great at all of them, and I failed at plenty of them, but I always enjoyed it. I actually learned more, it seemed like, when I messed up or didn't do well in something than when I did.
Whenever I go to Chick-fil-A, I am always very impressed with the service and hospitality given by the people working there. What would you say are the most important qualities you are looking for when hiring employees at Chick-fil-A?
Well, Laney, you have the most important thing. It's your smile. You have an awesome smile. And I think just a smile. At Chick-fil-A, do you know what we say when somebody says thank you to us?
My pleasure.
You're right. Yep, we say my pleasure. It's just a heart of service and a heart of being kind to people.
We often hear adults say that fast food restaurants do not offer enough healthy choices on their menus. Recently, Chick-fil-A introduced a new healthy menu item called Superfood Side. What can you tell us about Superfood Side and about how it is made?
Well, as you can see, I brought some things today. I thought we could try and make some. Would you like to make some superfood?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So this is just like we do in the restaurant. And every day we get kale that comes in, and then we get broccolini. Have you ever heard of broccolini?
No, sir.
Broccolini is interesting. It's actually produced by one farm in America, one company. It's a long stem broccoli, so it's a little different. It's more tender than broccoli, and it's a little different. But I have my friend here to help us out today. Would you like to say, have you ever met my friend?
No, sir.
This is the Cal. Come on in, Cal. And you can stand right here, and you can work on yours right here, and we're going to make some superfood side. So, for starters, like I said, we use this. We also have some dried cherries that we use to top it off. And then in here we have some maple vinaigrette. The maple vinaigrette is tangy and sweet, and it offsets the bitterness of kale could be. You know, some people say, I'm not sure if you like milkshakes better or kale. Which do you like better?
Kale.
You like kale better?
Yes,
That's
sir.
awesome. You said the right thing. The cow likes milkshakes better. The cow loves some milkshakes. But here, you can start with you can build up with the superfood, and then you maybe can have a treat every once in a while with a cookie or milkshake. But we're gonna start by I've pre-cut just because of time today. I've pre-cut some kale, so I'll put the kale that we're gonna use. We've just hand washed, and one thing we always do in our kitchen is you always wash your hands, and then we wear gloves. And then why don't you add the broccolini to the mix? We portion this out. And again, we make this every day in our kitchen, and you can kind of help mix it around a little bit. And then why don't we get the kale, let's spread it out. This is the maple vinaigrette that we're going to use, and we're going to kind of mix it all the way through there. Yummy. Do you like dressing with your salad?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Okay, so you can just we're just going to mix all this up in there. And then I understand you like dried cherries.
Yes,
you like dried
sir.
cherries?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
why don't we put some dried cherries in there. We'll top it with some dried cherries. And then we also have some roasted nuts, some walnuts. You can just mix those through that. How's that, Cal? Is that good? Awesome. And then let's see here what we've got here. Here's you a spoon. Why don't we try and taste some, can you get some of there? Here we go. Now you top that with some grilled nuggets, and you can go regular nuggets, and it's delicious. So that's a little bit behind the scenes of how we make our superfood side.
Well, there you have it, folks. The mystery of life behind the counter at Chick-Fil-A has been solved once and for all. Mr. Williams, thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be our guest today.
Thank you so much, Laney. Thank you, Cal, for coming.
Thanks also to the crew of Mysteries of Life with Laney, Ella Sauls, Olivia Neesmith, Sarah Bell, and Summer McCroy. And special thanks go to Miss Brackett, Miss Scoggins, Mr. Magruder, Belle Pardo, and Bailey Beckman for their help with the show. Most of all, thanks to all of you for watching. We hope you'll join us next time as we learn more about how things work at our school and in our world on Mysteries of Life with Laney. Have a great Friday, everyone.
And for the teachers, we have a free superfood side coming your way.